measures to prevent a coronavirus outbreak from spreading. Beginning late on Tuesday, the state of Victoria will close its border with New South Wales, cutting it off from the rest of the country. It comes as the state struggles to contain outbreaks in the city of Melbourne. Mass testing identified 127 new cases across the state on Sunday. So let's get more from Angus Watson, who joins me now live from Sydney. Good to see you, Angus. So Australia's taking severe action here, locking down 9 public housing towers and preparing to shut off the state of Victoria from the rest of the nation. What is the latest on all of this, and how are Australians reacting to it?
Well, severe is a very good word for this, Rosemary. It's never happened before through the history of the pandemic in Australia. 3,000 people on what the government's calling a hard lockdown in Melbourne, unable to leave their homes for anything. 12 other postcodes are on a lockdown, but it's a much softer one in Melbourne. They're allowed to go out to buy food or to do exercise or to give care to someone who needs it. But these 3,000 people who are in 9 public housing towers aren't allowed to go out for any reason. And they're being guarded by the police to make sure that they don't leave. And there's a massive logistics operation on to keep them going through what could be 5 or potentially 14 or even longer days in complete isolation. And we've spoken to some of the people that are inside and some of the social workers that are on the ground trying to help them, and tensions are fraying, Rosemary. We've had one arrest of a man who tried to leave his apartment and was detained by police. And one social worker that we spoke to said that the whole area looked more like a crime scene than a healthcare situation, Rosemary.
And what about the closing of the border? What's been the response to that? It won't happen until Tuesday, but it's coming up.
Well, folks from Melbourne can't travel to New South Wales anymore as of right now. The New South Wales government has designated the whole of Melbourne as a hotspot. And so people from Melbourne won't be able to travel to New South Wales right now, as of now. And that will extend to the whole of the Victorian population as of tomorrow. And what this is about is keeping the outbreak in Melbourne. The figures that were reported today were the highest that Melbourne has suffered through this entire coronavirus pandemic. That's in a country, Australia, which has been doing very well to keep a lid on the disease. And none of the authorities want this getting out of Victoria.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles in Great Millstone. And Barakatham to all you brothers decided to teach this truth with faith and sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth, okay? This article was posted, updated 6:25 a.m. on Monday, July 6th, okay? And the article reads, Australia to seal off 6.6 million people and virus hits state as outbreak worsens, man. And this is just what's going to come to America, man. Hard lockdowns with these National Guard troops patrolling, using drones, using all type of military vehicles to keep you people in your homes, man. And with that, the economy is gonna crash because shit is just gonna get that much more worse, you know. And people are not gonna have that money, you know, to be able to go out and buy food, you know. They're not gonna be able to do what they want to do. They're gonna be stuck up in the houses, and people are gonna go crazy, man. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of this article before I go get some scriptures. And it says, Australia will isolate 6.6 million people in the state of Victoria from the rest of the nation at 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday as authorities take drastic action to control a coronavirus outbreak in the city of Melbourne, man. And this is just what's going to come to America, man. I believe it's Florida, Texas, and some other state, you know, that the mainstream media has reported that cases of the coronavirus are on the rise, man. And they haven't even they haven't even tallied the so-called cases after, you know, this July 4th weekend, because, you know, people were out partying, you know, people were out, you know, one following their guidelines, you know. So they're just going to, you know, do what they've been doing with these numbers. They're going to keep making them go on the rise until, you know, they enforce their new world order, man, which is to put all you people in the house, man, which is to, you know, which is to ultimately bring in that mark of the beast chip, okay? And I want to scroll down here. Read the hard lockdown, and it says the hard lockdown imposed on the 3,000 public housing residents in Melbourne was initially extended to last for 5 days, but it could be extended if more cases are found, okay? This is hard lockdown, meaning these people can't even go outside their house. They can't even go get any food, man. They can't go get none of that shit, man. They have to stay in the house, man. And this is what's coming to America, man. Hard lockdown with those troops patrolling the streets, keeping you in your house, man. And those troops are not going to take you to jail, man. They're going to shoot you on sight, man. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and get the scriptures now, okay? And I'm going to start at verse, because when this thing comes to America, when this martial law comes to America, man, it's going to be something else, man, because you're going to have different people rising up against the government, okay? You're going to have race wars. You're going to have people are going to be running out of food. You'll have people, you know, breaking into houses trying to steal food and shit. And the markets, you know, your stores, they're not going to have anything. So people are going to, you know, shit, ain't shit at the stove because it's at my next door's neighbor house, man. You know? And they're going to walk up in your goddamn house, man. They're going to take your food. They're going to take your women, kill your children. Man, these days that's coming, man. Nothing to play with, man. And this is Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 14, okay? Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, man, and swords in their hands. And the modern day sword, you know, is you know, what's that gun? Esau's favorite weapon, the AR-15, man. That's the modern day sword, man, and that's what people are going to have in their hand. Okay? For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So when they declare martial law, these people are not going to give a fuck, man. These people are still going to be out here. These people are going to be rioting. There's going to be race wars, you know. The famine, you know, the famine's coming. People are going to be shooting up them fucking houses trying to get in that shit to get what they got, man. To get what you got, man. And then it goes on to say, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, man, because they're going in martial law. The military is going to set up different, you know, checkpoints, roadblocks to keep people from getting out and to keep people from getting in, man. Because in these major cities, man, these major cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, you know, New York, and those different boroughs, man, it's going to be fucking hectic, man. And the scriptures speak about how there has never been a time on earth that we are in, man, because we are in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man. This is the beginning of sorrows, man. And this is verse 18. And For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Man, you're going to have grown men out here that's going to be afraid, okay, because of the shit that's going to be going on, man. And then it goes, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, man, because it's, like I told you, it's going to be a famine. You know, there's not going to be no food at these supermarkets, you know. Why are they not, you know? So the food going to be at some next door neighbor house, man. You know, all kind of supplies and shit that you might need and shit. They gonna run up in there with them AR-15s, man, and take that shit, man. These times that we coming in are nothing to be trifled with, man. You need to repent now, man. Because if you survive all this shit, man, by some way you survive all the shit that's about to go down, man. Them nuclear missiles are going to take you out. Ain't no escape from that. Ain't no escape from a damn nuke, man. I want to go ahead and get Second Esdras, okay. Second Esdras, I believe chapter 6. Yeah, Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 22. Okay, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, man. And we are in these times, man. We in the middle of a food shortage right now, man. You can't even go to a restaurant, you know, with the full menu. You know, you can't even go get nothing at a restaurant at your full menu because they missing something, man. They talking about it's a damn meat shortage, man. What the fuck is your average American gonna do when he pulls up to a damn McDonald's and they ain't got no damn hamburger meat? They ain't got no damn hamburger meat, man. People are gonna lose it, man. People are going to lose it, man. And that's pretty much all I want to go into on this lesson. You know, repent, man. And for you brothers that's out there, continue to have faith. Continue to believe, man. Continue to do the work, you know. And with that, I want to go ahead and close out this lesson, man. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles who still rule well, you know. Shalom to the hopefully elect. I hope you brothers were edified.